Today, I'm going to talk about this camera. This camera completely changed the game for me. And I don't mean that in a dramatic new gear type of way. I mean it in the most practical, everyday sense. The kind of change you only notice after you've been using it for a while and realize you're filming more, thinking less, and actually enjoying the process again. I've had this for about, I would say, 6 months. I'm talking where I used to have a big setup. I used to bring my camera everywhere with big tripods and carrying a lot of stuff and weight in my backpack. It is so small, versatile, it's waterproof, it's magnetic, and I can really detach the camera itself and have this as a screen for everything that I'm recording. On paper, it sounds like a list of features, but in real life, it changes how you shoot. Because here's the thing, most of the time, I don't want to carry a full camera setup. I don't want to think about lenses, bags, cleaning, switching gear, or worrying about whether something is worth bringing. A lot of moments just happen in between everything else. And that's where this camera really fits into my life and into my pocket. I've used it for everyday things like walking outside, traveling, quick behind the scene clips, coffee runs, even just random moments at home that I normally wouldn't document because pulling out a bigger camera would feel like too much. But with this, I just attach it and go. And I'm comfortable enough to hand it to another person and them getting a good footage of me as well. It just really made my workflow so much easier. It made me lose fear for filming in public, which I am right now. And it also gave me the opportunity to have this right in my pocket, even though or in my purse. I don't have to be as concerned as carrying around the Osmo Pocket 3, which I am filming with right now. But it does come with attachments. And I feel like the 3 attachments that it brings are just so complete that I don't necessarily end up needing anything else when I'm out and about. I take this for trips, I take this for fun, I filmed with this in my car, I use it the suction cup. So there's so many things that I can do with it. So I feel like there's just so many opportunities when it comes to this little camera. And I feel like content creation is really about having always a camera with you and capturing the moment versus having the best quality possible. First accessory that we have is this strap for your neck, which you can actually attach the camera with a magnet. So you can either put it on around your neck and carry it, or you can actually put it inside your shirt and then attach the camera as well. This is really awesome for when you want to get some POV, but you don't necessarily want to be holding the camera in your hand, and it also lets your hands be free to do whatever. The second attachment is this strap to put on your hat, and this is actually my least favorite one of all 3, but I still end up using this surprisingly. And you can attach this right onto your hat, and you can either put the camera. I would say the weight of both the screen and the camera is too much for this little strap, especially to be on your head, but you could still try it if you wanted to. I just find this so cool, and you just grip it right on the sides there, and you can aim it wherever you're trying to film, but you still have the screen in your hand to see exactly what you're looking at right on your head. If you just want to get some of the scene of what you're filming, or if you're walking your dog or anything like that. So you can get really cool shots this way. The one thing is that you can only get these horizontally. I wouldn't say that these 2 straps are perfect for vertical content. The third and last accessory that it comes with is this suction cup. And I would say this is probably my favorite one and the one I use the most because I'm able to attach this absolutely anywhere. I'm able to attach this to my window, to the hood of my car, to my mirror in my car, to my mirror at home. And it's just so versatile, and I can use this so many ways. And the camera is so small that I don't even have to think about bringing a tripod in. I can do bathroom shots, I can do gym shots. There's just so many ways that I can use this. There's other attachments that I use this camera with, but these 3 tend to kind of cover most of the things that I use it for. And also I can set this on the table even though I don't have a handle, and kind of still get some shots while I'm eating and stuff. But the cool thing about this one is that you actually can screw the suction cup part, and you can actually screw in a tripod. For the purposes of this video, I'm using actually the little tripod that the Osmo Pocket 3 brings, because I find this really easy to be in my hand, and I can also set this on a table. Not so much that it's going to be tall enough to, I think, film myself, but I can actually hold this and, have it like this and film myself, or I can have it just vertically and hold it up. This is just really useful. I normally use the K&F little tripod that I'm filming with right now, but of course I can't show you that one, but I will maybe insert a clip or 2 after I'm done filming. But there's just so many ways that I can use this camera, and I feel like the quality of it is really top notch to get all of the footage and everything, the ambience, and to get myself entirely into frame. And I feel like it really has surprised me with the quality. The other thing, I do have an ND filter that I don't end up using so much because I feel like the camera does have a really extensive dynamic range, and I find that it just gives me really good colors right from camera. I do have it on D-Log M, and I do have my exposure a little overexposed, I guess, +7. And then my ISO, I put it from 100 to, I think, 800. You can also opt to purchase one of these little mics that I'm actually filming with the Osmo Pocket 3 right now, but I also have one for the Osmo Nano, and this one is a DJI mic too. You can also get the small DJI mics, but it just makes really good difference. I just turn on the camera and turn on this mic, and they each connect to each camera, and that way I don't have to really worry about syncing anything to the camera or waste time that way. I feel like if you really want to get content quick, you have to do things that work for you, and you have to find the actual camera that will work for your workflow. And to me, not wasting time and not carrying a lot of weight was the number 2 things that I needed to really start curating content and feel like I have the setup that I need for YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. With all that said, I purchased this camera about $300 on Best Buy, and now it's going for, I think, $400. But I will say, even with that price, with all the accessories that it brings, I still think it's worth it, and I still think that is something that I would repurchase had I had the chance to purchase it now. I don't really know who they actually made this camera for, but I will say I consider it almost like a GoPro because it's waterproof, but you also have the option of being an action camera, but you can also sit down and do a talking head video like this one, and it just really works out well. So now I'm going to switch to the Osmo Nano. I did insert some clips in this video so you can see like the stabilization as I'm walking around talking with it, and I hope you really like the quality of it. This is me filming with the Osmo Nano. I'm currently holding it with the Osmo Pocket 3 like hand grip. So I am filming. I want you to see what it looks like when I'm outside. I'm filming in D-Log M, and I have the exposure set to auto, I believe, and also the white balance as well. I'm also using the DJI mic 2, which I love. This mic's for a wedding last week, and they did interfere with the DJ's sound, so just be mindful of that, which my Rhodes do not interfere. So wanted to mention that when I am filming like this, the screen does not show what I'm filming because I am using the mics. So unless it is attached to the actual camera, it will not show me the actual footage. I do have to mention that the lighting today, it's pretty nice, I will say. So there's not much of like sun or something that is competing with the camera for it to have to be working too hard. But I wanted you to see how wide of a image I can get compared to the Osmo Pocket. Over time, it's not just about having another camera. It actually changed my relationship with documenting life. I stopped waiting for the right setup or the perfect shot and started capturing things as they happen. The waterproof feature also adds a level of freedom that I didn't realize I needed. I don't stress about weather or environments. If it's raining near water or just unpredictable conditions, I still use it without hesitation. Now, is it replacing my main camera? No. But is it trying to? Absolutely. What it's done for me is fill the gap between not filming at all and pulling out a full production setup. And that gap is where real moments live. It's the camera I reach for when I want something quick, honest, and easy. And honestly, that's where it shines the most. Because at the end of the day, gear shouldn't slow you down. It should get out of the way. And this one does exactly that. Thank you so much for watching this video. And if you have any questions in the comments, or if you have experienced the Osmo Nano or the Osmo Pocket 3, please let me know in the comments which one is your favorite. Bye!